You probably found this tutorial because you're a quilter who's looking for an easy way to make half-square triangles like this one. Using this technique, you can make 2 half-square triangles at a time or several. It's easy. For this project, you'll need fabric, a pen, some pins, your sewing scissors, your rotary cutter, a square ruler, your iron and your ironing board, a cutting mat, and your sewing machine threaded with neutral thread. For this project, I've decided to use a light and a dark colored batik fabric. I like using batiks because the front and the back generally look exactly the same, and so you don't have to worry about using the right sides. I've decided to make my half square triangles 4 inches so that when they finish or are sewn into a quilt, they'll be 3.5 inches. So I need to cut 2 squares of contrasting fabric to 4 3/4 inch square. Like they say, measure twice, cut once. Now I have 2 squares that are cut exactly the same size at 4 3/4 inches. Now I'm going to line the 2 squares up perfectly and pin one corner, and then draw a diagonal line from one corner to the other. So it looks like this. Now I'm going to stitch 1/4 inch to the left hand side of my line. See? Now I'm going to stitch 1/4 inch to the right hand side of my line. So I have 2 lines of stitching, 1/4 inch on each side of the original line that I drew, and we are almost done. The next step is very simple. We're going to remove the pin and then cut our square right in half following the diagonal line. And voila! We have 2 half square triangles. Okay, the next thing we need to do is to press our half square triangle. We're going to press it so that the seam is facing the darker fabric. And last but definitely not least, we're going to trim our half square triangles to 4 inches. So we're going to line up the diagonal line on the ruler with the diagonal line on our block to make sure that this is perfectly square. And then we're going to flip it and do the other side, again lining the diagonal line of the ruler up with the diagonal line on my block. And we're going to cut it to 4 inches. And there it is, a perfect half square triangle. There are lots of different ways that you can make half square triangles, but this is my favorite. If you do it like this, you never have to worry about cutting on the bias, which can sometimes make your half square triangles kind of wonky because they have a weird stretch to them. But they're always nice and clean and concise when you do it this way. Thank you for watching.